Good evening, class. We're going to be doing area for triangles and trapezoids. If you could take out your notes, I would appreciate it. We are just doing area of triangles today. We will do area of traps at another time. Okay, we're going to use the images below to describe how the rectangle and triangle are both similar and different. And if you look at our rectangle right here, you'll notice that the two bases between the rectangle and triangle are the same, and the heights are the same. So both the rectangle and the triangle have the same base and height. Now, when we're looking at how are they different, we'll notice that the triangle is exactly half of the rectangle. A rectangle can always be cut in half to produce two equal right triangles. So because our formula for a rectangle is area equals base times height, our formula for a triangle, all we need to do is divide it in half. And we can do that one of two ways. We can divide it in two, or we can multiply it by 1/2. This is my preferred formula. This is the one I always use. This is the one that they have on the star chart, though. So make sure that you understand that both of these are equivalent or equal formulas. We're going to start by counting the grids for triangle 1 and determining what the area is. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is my base. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is my height. Once again, our formula is area equals base times height divided by 2. So we're going to plug in those numbers. I have a base of 5, a height of 7. I'm going to divide that by 2. That is 35 divided by 2. Well, I know 36 divided by 2 is 18, and 34 divided by 2 is 17, so my area is 17.5 or 17 5/10. And we would write units squared because we need to label this, but we don't know what the units is, so we just call it units squared. Let's look at the second triangle. We have the same formula, area equals base times height divided by 2. We're going to plug in those values. Our base is 14, our height is 16. I'm dividing that by 2. Now I'm going to give you a little hint. You can divide one of these numbers, one of them, not both of them, by 2. So let's do this one. 14 divided by 2 is 7. So I'm going to do 16 times 7 over here, and I get 112 inches squared. This stops you from having to multiply larger numbers and then divide by 2. You can make them smaller. It's just a little bit quicker and easier to do it that way. Okay, triangle 3, same formula. The formula never changes, base times height divided by 2. Plug in your values and you get 3.5 times 2 divided by 2. Well, 2 divided by 2 is a big fat 1, so I'm left with an area of 3.5 meters squared. Make sure units, 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 no nakey numbers in the classroom. What do you notice about the heights of each of the triangles? Well, the height is how tall the triangle is. It makes a right angle. Oh, you can't read that angle. With, we're changing colors, the base. Right angle with the base. So this and this is not considered the height, right? These sides, not the height. The only thing that is the height is the ones that go up and down and makes a right angle. I mean, I could draw a triangle this way and draw a height this way, but once again, there's your right angle with a base. So please make sure when you're doing this, you don't get fooled by those slanted sides. Okay, this is from another page. This is your homework, and we're just going to do those top 2 problems. So go ahead and make sure you're on the right page right now. And we're going to find the area of a right triangle with a height of 8.5 feet and a base of 15 feet. So we write our formula down. Area equals base times height divided by 2. And I'm going to plug in my numbers. I'm going to use 8.5 because that's a half. Decimals are a little bit easier to do. Times 15 divided by 2. Now, once again, I'm going to do my division here. This gives me 7.5. Now I can do 8.5 times 7.5 off to the side. A little math magic. 59. Some addition. And then we have 2 decimal places right here, once, twice. My answer is 63.75 feet squared, or square feet. Okay, this one they are trying to trick you. Look at all those numbers they gave you. Area equals base times height divided by 2. We do not like those slants. So these numbers we do not use. So once again, we're going to plug in my base times my height divided by 2. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So now I have 4.5 times 4.5. Doing some math magic. 18. 5, 2, 0. Oh, look at that. 2 decimal places. And my area is 20.25 meters squared for this answer. Okay, we're going to go over lots of these in class. This was a very quick and brief introduction, but this will get you ready for class tomorrow. I will see you then. Have a wonderful evening.